Hello, I'm Fernando Jauregui, and I'm here with Globe Echoes at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, getting students' opinions on the neo-Nazi white supremacist hate groups and their rise in activity, especially within Charlottesville, Virginia. Here's what they had to say. I'm here with
Valerie.
And what's your major, Valerie?
Computer science.
Computer science. All right. So, what is your opinion on this rise in hate groups in Charlottesville, especially now in 2017?
I mean, it's really, really unfortunate. It sucks to say, but it's kind of not unexpected that hate groups are rising. So,
Why do you think that is?
Just the climate leading up to and then following the election and then continuing since January. It's been just, I guess, a continuation of the president's and his team's hate.
And do you think that's why it's happening now as opposed to like 10 years ago or 20 years ago?
I do think so, because at least, it's not like they weren't there before, but at least with our last president and the president before, I don't think we saw such a huge, surgence all at once of different hate groups everywhere.
Do you think that's why they feel free because of our President Trump?
I do. Yeah. I think also just, the media covers it, and then another hate group would probably see that and feel like their hate is worth spreading as well.
Well, I'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your opinion. So we are here with
Sherry Simpson.
Okay, and what is your major?
I'm in the graduate school at Annenberg, so it's actually journalism.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you're very familiar with, this kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also a documentary filmmaker, so
okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so what's your opinion on these hate groups rising in Charlottesville and across the nation?
It's funny. On my way over here, I was watching the eclipse across the country, and I was just thinking about the crazy juxtaposition of, we've got this natural, incredible thing happening today, of all days, at the same time as all this human craziness. And I think that, where we are is that hate has always existed, but I think that we found a way at times, like the eclipse, we can overshadow it with love. I think this is a time where hate has been unleashed in such a powerful way that I think that a lot of people are in shock, like myself. I didn't realize that this much hate still was this pervasive towards specific people. And, so I'm looking at a way, how can we eclipse that hate with love?
And why do you think it's happening now in 2017 as opposed to, say, 20 years ago?
I really do believe that it has a lot to do with the leadership of this administration. I think that when you give very powerful signals and, in fact, even direct communication, that it's okay to hate certain people, or, even the simplicity of calling certain people idiots, or this person, firing people without acknowledging the great work they've done. I think if we're existing in a world of degrading people, hate kind of rises up. And I think at this point, over the last, whatever it's been, several months of the administration, I think the signal has been, it's really okay to hate. It's really okay to come forth and bring it. And there will be very few consequences for it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, definitely, actions do have consequences.
Mm-hmm,
and so why do you think these hate groups feel so free to do what they're doing, to rise up now?
Well, I really don't know. I don't think anybody, they would know. I guess we'd have to ask them. What it seems like is that there's been a new level of empowerment of these hate groups. And so if we ask ourselves, well, why are they empowered? I think it's maybe two things. I think it's a backlash at having had the first black president. I really do. I think that for people who didn't feel comfortable with that and really were felt marginalized themselves, that this was an opportunity to say, what, we want to push the country in a certain direction, and we have to be unstoppable about it, because they saw that, power can be taken on by many different kinds of people. I think that's one. I think the second one may be that, as I said, I think that there's a lot of empowerment of these groups going on from the administration. And I think if your leaders say, hey, it's cool to, not cool, but it's really okay, let's hear from you people as well, people are willing to come out, I think, in ways that they haven't been before.
Well, I'd like to thank you for sharing your opinion, and
Absolutely.
hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, I'm here with.
Krubel Siyum.
And what is your major?
I'm a business administration major. And also, I think with our country being so divided with this election and Donald Trump and stuff, it's really a great way for them to form.
And why do you think that they feel so free to get so much more aggressive with their tactics, so much more vocal with their ideas?
Well, I think they're becoming more comfortable because it's more acceptable in today's society. And so I think with that being suppressed, that would also lead to less aggressive tactics.
Well, I'd like to thank you for giving your opinion, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, and I am now here with.
Mark.
And what is your major, Mark?
My major is business admin.
Okay, and what is your opinion on these hate groups rising in Charlottesville, and not only in Charlottesville, but like across the nation?
Well, I think it's a bit ridiculous because when people look at that, like Charlottesville and what happened, you ask them like, do you think you're racist? And they're just saying, no, we're not. We just want to instill the white culture, the European culture back into this country. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean dominating other cultures, But I mean, I think it's just a lot of underlying hate in this country that was unsaid until, I guess, because I'm not from here. I'm from Singapore, and everyone just says Trump's a stimulus for this underlying hate. And from the looks of it, he might be, but he certainly isn't stopping it like as hard as he should be.
And why do you think it's happening now of all times as opposed to happening 20 years ago? Things like that, like right now as opposed to before.
Well, I mean, a couple years ago, yeah, like Obama as president, that shit happening, it will get closed down. But then now, since Trump is more like, I guess, more free on these kind of issues, and then he's like, there's both sides at fault, but honestly, there's just one side, and that's just like, the ignorant side's fault.
And why do you think the hate groups feel so empowered now to be so vocal, to voice their opinions so much more than they did before?
Well, honestly speaking, I don't know if I have the right answer, but then right now, all on social media, but because, social media can be so biased, everyone just pointed at Trump. Everyone just saying, he's the one. And then, even though nationalists, they said, we voted for you.
Yeah.
So that's why we think you stand for our beliefs. But I think everyone just got a miscommunication, and people voted for Trump for the wrong reasons, and that's why everyone's speaking out now.
Well, I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Now Omar Baldwin will be in West Hollywood off of La Brea getting opinions from the Jewish community.
Hi, I'm Omar Baldwin with Globe Echoes for Los Angeles. I'm here with Steve Mayer to get his opinion on the recent tragedies that has happened with the rise of hate groups all across America. Steve, what do you think about the rise with the white supremacists and hate groups in America?
Well, I think like most of us, I think it's terrible. I think they've been emboldened by the current administration. It seems that they've been there, but now they're just out in the open where we can see them.
Right. And why do you think this is happening in 2017 over the past few months? And because we really didn't see this like 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago.
I think it's the current president and his base seems to have included a lot of people who normally wouldn't have been included in a Republican administration.
Right. And what do you think we could do in America to prevent this from really sprouting out and causing really, really big problems now and in the future as well?
Well, that's a big question. And I don't know that I have the answer to it, but certainly I've been impressed by the people that are coming, the counter-protesters who are coming out. And the thing that I like the most is the ones that want to go out with joy and love to kind of drown out the voices of the alt-right people. But otherwise, I think getting people to talk to one another who don't normally have contact, people of color and white people together, so that we can hear one another's stories and realize that we're actually not as different as we may think we are.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here today with Yehuda to get his opinion about the recent hate groups rise across America. Yehuda, what do you think about the hate groups rise all across America?
I think it's worrisome, but overall, I don't think it changes the picture that much. I mean, even Charleston, what happened recently. Look, I'm Jewish, and frankly, even ever since I was a kid, we were aware of neo-Nazis and all that. But I don't think they're always there. They always will be there, probably. But as a general rule, I don't think it really will affect us that much. With God's help, we'll be safe.
Absolutely. Why do you think the rise in hate groups is happening in 2017? Because we didn't really see this rise of hate groups over in 2000 and 2001. Why is it happening now, you think?
Well, I mean, I realize the narrative is probably that it's President Trump's fault. I wouldn't lay it at his feet at all. Possibly. The white supremacist groups and these type of people maybe might feel that they have, they might be emboldened a little bit because they think that they have a more, he'll be softer. I wouldn't blame it at all. I just think it's just they feel that he's maybe with them a little more, but I'm not gonna blame it on him in any way. And again, things come and go. I mean, with God's help, I think this should probably just phase out soon enough.
Absolutely. And what do you think we can do as a country and as a globe as a whole to stop this rise in hate?
I mean, well, globally, I think it would be better. I think we could do it more. International leaders speaking out against these things. Anti-Semitism and just in general bigotry and all that type of stuff. In America, I think we're doing fine. We're doing what we should be doing, and just looking over our history, we're getting better and better, and I just think just continue doing what we're doing right here.
Absolutely. Thank you. What do you think we can do as a community here in Los Angeles just to start this white supremacist uprise to happen in the future? How to prevent this from happening again?
Well, people need to stay involved, and there's a lot of different community organizations to be involved in, and we need to make sure that we're there and participate. When I learned this week that there are more white supremacists and hate groups in California than any state in the country, we have our work cut out for us, and we need to be ready when there is protests on the side of defending the Confederacy, that we are there to